Hi and welcome to my Playhouse, and once again I'm trying to relive this battery and I'm kind of giving up on it because it has a dead cell, but giving up on it means that I want to take out the assets. I'm not giving up on it on a basis that I'm giving up, I'm just giving up. I'm not gonna be able to charge and recharge, charge and drain and relive it that way. I've put on my multimeter here to show that while I'm charging it, it's 13 volts. And if I take off the charger, the battery rapidly drops below 12 volts. Right now it's already at 11.8 volts and it's not enough. So what I want to do is, I already drilled holes in the battery, so it's quite easy just to remove the tape, and I'm gonna empty the assets out in this plastic container which I just cleaned, and then I'm gonna take the battery when it's all emptied out. I'm gonna take the battery and I'm gonna try and clean up between the plates. I'm probably gonna try and clean all the cells, see what happens there, and then maybe if this acid is very dirty, I'll try and filter it before I put it back into the battery. That's the plan. If that doesn't work, I'm just gonna throw it away. But yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna take off all the tape that I put on here. Nice holes down to the battery. Come on, tape. And before I go any further and turn the battery around, I will go get some safety glasses, because this is nothing to kid around with. It should hurt a lot if you get this in your eyes, and you need to go see a doctor and everything, and I really don't want that. Have the safety glasses, have them on, and I want to figure out how to do this. I have to put it upside down, but I can do this some good way that will balance the battery and enable me to drive. It's kind of heavy, so I don't think there's any good way to do this, so probably just have to do it the best way available. Just and the acid is coming out. That. There we are, and I'll try and put the battery upside down. would like to have something to set it on. Like this one. Put it up there. And that one. And it can, oh, it's heavy. It can be dripping just a little. The acid looks very, very dark, so it might not be very good. Okay, that might be good enough. Okay, I just placed the battery in my bathtub, and before you do anything this stupid, I must say that mine is very, very old, and I want a new bathroom anyway. So just so that you know, this is not gonna go well with the missus. I'm just filling up the cells with regular water. I have no idea if this is going to ruin everything. I'm willing to take that chance. The water coming out of here is really black. This is probably not the most eco-friendly thing in the world. I'll clean this up a bit more and get back to you. So the battery has returned to the basement. It is right down here. And now the plan is to scoop up the acid from the red bucket, square thing, with the battery acid measuring device, and to filter it with coffee filters and put it in the coffee can like that. And then when it's filtered, to pull it back into the battery using this thing. So that's the plan. Here I am. Have the coffee can filter here, and I'm gonna scoop up some acid. Seems to be a lot of dirt in the bottom. I'm still wearing my glasses because this is still battery acid. And I'm not gonna bother you with all this. Okay, I'm about ready to fill in the first cell. I must admit I've been cheating. I've been pouring directly from the red bucket here. The other thing just took too long.
So I moved up on the table and I'm gonna very carefully fill in the acid. This one, and I've moved along to the next tree. Flashlight to see which one is missing the most. This one is. Okay, while the acid is going through the filter, I just thought that I would check the voltage on the battery. The plates are more or less, they're wet now. The voltage is 10.62 volts. That's worse than before. I'm hoping that the voltage will climb when all the acids gets in, but I really don't know. But let's see what happens.
Well, it really takes a while. The last acid is filtering through the filter, but the filter is so full of dirt that it takes a while. So I'm just standing here waiting.
So the filtering is taking forever, so I'm gonna do some with it still filtering. Just trying to even it out so that there's just about as much acid in every cell. So, and here is the result. The filter is quite dirty, and the red box where the acid was in is also rather dirty. So it's, at least I got some dirt out of the battery. So the acid is more or less back in the battery, and I'm gonna close it up again and try and charge it. And this time I'm being lazy. I'm just using one piece of tape on each. And I'm out of tape. Let's see if it will do it. And it almost will. Now, new roll of tape. New used roll of tape. And back on the charger. Oh, let's measure the voltage first. Here's the multimeter, and the voltage is still 10.62 volts. It's gonna be funny to see what happens when we put it on the charger. Yeah, here is the bucket where the battery acid was in, and it is also dirty. And up here I've put the battery on the shelf, and I'm ready to put on the charger. The black lead is already on, and here comes the red lead. And down here we are charging with maximum of 11 amps. So it's taking a charge. Let's reset the clock. 0. So let's charge it for a couple of hours at least and see what happens, unless the house blows up. The battery has been charging all night. Actually 12 hours and 3 minutes right now. And it doesn't look good. I just tested it, and let's let's just see. When it's charging, the voltage is 13.3 volts, which isn't that bad. If we disconnect it, the voltage very rapidly drops beneath 12 volts, and it's right now 11.6 something, 11.5 something. So it's not very good. It still have a dead cell. And there's actually only one thing that I'm gonna try before I throw this battery out, and that is someone told me that making a short circuit over the battery might, if there is something that is short circuiting a cell, it has been seen that short circuiting it would burn that off because of the high current that will flow. So I'm gonna attempt to short circuit it. And I've never tried that before. So I'm gonna wear my glasses and I'm gonna disconnect it. And I have I think I'm gonna use a pair of pliers if this gets very hot. If it gets, I don't know. I would expect it to get very hot. Do this very fast at first. I don't know how much of a current that is running here, but I would expect it to be a lot. The wire is plastic on the wire is melting, so it was a pretty good thing to use the pliers. I was expecting that. And the wire is melting, the plastic, the insulation on the wire is melting. I'm just gonna give it once more and then I'll say that's it. I don't think that wire is good for anything anymore. But now I'm curious to see if the voltage has in any way changed. Not in a positive way. I'm gonna try and put a charge on it and see what happens. It will probably draw maximum power now. Yeah, 11 amps. I will reset the clock. 10.8 volts. I'm gonna charge it for a little bit and see if it's able to take a higher current, higher voltage. Okay, the battery has been charging for now 11 minutes and it doesn't look good. When I put on the multimeter, it says that the voltage is 13.15 volts. Rising a little bit, but as soon as I take off the charger, it rapidly drops. It's already beneath 12 and it slows down at about 11.5 volts. Oh, okay. It slows down, it gradually slows down. It hasn't helped. I still have a dead cell, so I'm not gonna waste any more time and effort on this battery. I'm just gonna give it up. I'm gonna pack it up and bring it back to where I got it. My good friend and mechanics, who gets a lot of batteries, and I'm gonna see if he'll be willing to exchange it for another battery for my fun and amusement, and he probably will. So I'm gonna disconnect this, carry it out of here. It's so heavy. It's kind of sad because this was a really good battery, and I would have liked to have a 100 amp hour battery to play around with, because it's a very nice round number. So yeah, I would have liked that. So but, another video on how not to get a battery working again. Sorry about that. But thank you for watching my video. Do subscribe to my channels and leave a comment if you have something on your heart. Have a nice day. Bye bye.